Hi, welcome to Lavinia Creations. Today I'm going to be showing you my second series of bird journals. My first one is up and on YouTube, so please go over to my channel, Lavinia Creations, and check that out. I hope you'll enjoy it. And there's many other journals for your viewing pleasure. This particular journal is called Ariel Essence. Such a cool name. That was help from my granddaughter. Anyway, so this is again series 2, and it's beautiful. Love pink. Pink's probably my favorite color. And this material that I covered my craft tacks in was from Amazon, and it's gorgeous. Look at that, all that detail, those beautiful pink pearls. This particular journal is 8.5 by 6.5, 2-inch spine, 1 signature, 34 pages, not including the cover and all of the inserts. The tassel is made of some of my beautiful, gorgeous ribbon that I love, and the tassel is removable if it makes it easier for you to check out the journal. This is just a cutout bird, and I have blinged him up with pearls and rhinestones, and he's just all gilded out, isn't he? This great pinky peach ribbon, and let's get inside and look at all those beautiful, beautiful birds and all their glory. They have so much color, as I mentioned in my first journal. If you check that out, you will see that these are the most colorful journals I've ever produced. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I did making it. And so the adventure begins. I really liked that intro, and it was appropriate with all the green fern and leaves. And first off are these two gorgeous parrots. Aren't they just amazing? The colors and the detail is extraordinary. I have this really nice cutout die that I use, and it looks so pretty in that foil. And this trim that I got off of Amazon as well comes in many colors, and I think it just matched so well. I love that. Back here I did blue foil, and this is actually wallpaper stencils, not stencils, wallpaper decals, and I have them around in my room. Speaking of my room, I just finished my part 2 of my craft studio. So if you haven't had a chance to look at that, please check that out at Lavinia Creations. I hope you will find some organization projects that might help you. I know organization is a big thing, because if you can't find it, you can't use it. And if you can't use it, why have it, right? So please go over and check that out. Anyway, this is something my sister gave me. These wallpaper decals, and I just add some little stamens and some bling in there. Here's a picture of a tree, very appropriate, because, you know, birds live in trees, and I do love trees, and I just added this multicolored eyelash trim, which I thought went really well with all the colors in that gorgeous tree. Here's a peacock. He's watercolor peacock. I did not do this. I got this off of Pinterest, where I get most of my ideas from and my pictures. I just, like I said, and said many times in the past, when you add glitter or stickles to a picture, it just brings it to life, I think. Here's a picture of a beautiful feather blinged up with some little beads to match and some trim to match all the colors in the feather. So very pretty and wispy for sure. Here is a picture of some cranes. Aren't they amazing? They're so elegant looking. And I think you'll find this little saying, we rise by lifting others. And I believe that's what they're doing, is lifting each other, and we should try to do that every day, right? Help somebody out. It's a great thing to do. This is a gorgeous picture. I've never had the opportunity to use this trim. I'm not sure where I got it, in a bag of trims from somewhere, I don't know, I'm sorry. But he just is, that parrot is just gorgeous. Little butterfly above his head and all this beautiful, reminds me of Hawaii, all the beautiful plants. Love that. Look at this. I believe, my sister could tell me for sure, but I believe those birds are called lady ghouls. They're so very colorful, just beautifully bright, and they have a very unique thing in their mouth. When they open their mouth to feed their babies, they have a luminous spots inside their mouth so their babies can find their mouth. It's amazing. If you ever get a chance to look up lady ghouls, you might want to look that up and read about them. They're so very unique. Over here we have a gorgeous parrot who looks like he might be an entertainer because of all the frills and beautiful things on his head. I just blinged him up with some rhinestones and he's ready to go. He looks like an entertainer, doesn't he? Here's another gorgeous picture with some trim from Hobby Lobby in those muted colors. The birds are so pretty, and I just dipped some deconstructed flower petals in glitter, and I believe my grandson made this heart out of resin, and I just put a little bling there and it just matched so very nice. Here's some more parrots. They're so very popular in my book, I believe. I just blinged them up, and I used this last year in one of my fall journals, which is, you guys have to check them out. They're so unique. I think you'll just love them and get some great ideas. This was a dress that I got at the Goodwill, and it was covered in these beaded leaves, and I just cut the leaves out and glued them on the page. Doesn't get any easier than that. On this particular page, I used some gilding wax. I think it's called gilding wax. I'm sorry. I showed it in my room tour, so if I don't, I'll try to list it in the bottom of the page, but it's so beautiful. It has that very shiny, beautiful look to it. And I just put that matching foil paper behind it with some gold, blue trim. And here's a picture of another gorgeous bird flying between this tree with these lovely flowers that hang down. It says, "Do what is right, even if you're flying solo." I love that. That's great. This is another one of those beautiful feathers, and the birds are flying out of the feather. I don't know the artist, but what an imagination. That's really, really nice. And here she is. I would say she could be a fairy, and she probably is, but she has wings, so she could be a bird as well. And the word believe, and we all need to believe, don't we? I just took some great little flowers and deconstructed and put a little glitter glue on them and blinged them up with some matching beads, rhinestones. Put one in her hair. Next page is this darling little bird sitting in this tree with all these blossoms, or maybe they're berries, and he certainly would be eating berries because birds love berries. Here's a great picture of some gorgeous flowers, and Some more beautiful parrots. Pink. Oh, look at that. He's so very pretty, isn't he? A little bird sitting on a bunch of flowers, like a nest. I just blinged this with some beautiful wired ribbon. Oh, another tree. This is a gorgeous tree. This particular gold tree or fern is from, I can't think of the name, but I will list it below because I just, oh, Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up, yes, it come from Stampin' Up last fall. It was offered. I don't know if it still is, but they had some beautiful stuff in there. I think you'd really enjoy it. And a bird journal wouldn't be complete without a picture of feathers. And look at those feathers, so gorgeous, with some lavender eyelash trim. Very pretty. This is another. This particular paper came from a book, Heartfelt Creations. I bought the 12 by 12 book, and it had those beautiful pictures in it. And you will be seeing more of that possibly in here, but in my next video that I'm currently working on as well. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Parakeets sitting on a vine. So very cute. And look at those beautiful, beautiful birds sitting on a berry branch. Love this yellow color here. Another gorgeous tree with some beautiful little birds. And there's some little animals, a bunny and a porcupine and a mouse. Looking at the birds flying in the trees. And here's some washi tape feather that I had on hand. Wanted to use that. Look at this. This is from, I believe, one of Daphne's magazines. I just pulled out the paper and it just tore it a little bit around the edge, and it looks so pretty. And here's another piece of it with a little bird on it. More beautiful bird pictures for you to enjoy. Eating the seeds, flying in the trees, all those gorgeous colors they have in them. So very pretty. And here's our favorite hummingbirds. Aren't they gorgeous? This is some paper. It's vellum, and I just tore it and went around the edge with some beautiful pink ink, and it just brightened that whole page up, don't you think? It's so cute. They're feeding their little baby hummingbird. This is some hand made paper that I get from that store that I've said so many times, called Stamp Delight, here in San Diego. It's actually in La Mesa, and she has the most amazing paper. It's just gorgeous. Here's another leaf picture with some gold die cuts just to bring out the gold in the leaves. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. You could frame that, right? Some more cutouts, some more gorgeous bird pictures in trees. They're just, birds are such a fascinating thing. And the males are, just some stamping there, the males are so brilliantly colored. It's just so cool. And I wanted to show you some pictures of some very unique birdhouses. I would love to have these in my backyard. They're just so bright and cheery. I just think they're the coolest things, do you think? And here is a few more. This is a card, and it's just covered in bird cages. So cute. And look at these bird cages. They look like houses. They're so very unique. I just cut them out and put a little bow on them. A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Wow, that's amazing. And look at this one. They look like they belong in a circus. They're so beautiful and bright. This one says, "Believe in your wings and let yourself fly." Here's another one. This reminds me of a jester. I don't know why. I guess because I've seen one dressed like that before, but isn't that very unique looking? And this is, "A bird sitting on a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking. because her trust is not in the branch, but its wings always believe. Live by that one. Here's another one, just so amazingly beautiful. Would you like one of those hanging in your backyard? Until you spread your wings, you'll never know how far you can fly. That's so true, especially of our younger kids these days, right? Yes. And I did put this bird cage with a bird in the cage charm on here with a little crazy clothespin. I just thought that was so appropriate because I'm showing you all these unique and gorgeous bird cages. Very cool. Look at her. She is, look at those wings. She's just amazingly beautiful. This is from Hobby Lobby. It has some gorgeous silver stars on it and said, "Be wonderful." And over here, I just did some decoupage with one of my napkins, a little snippet, and it says, "Kindness is free, sprinkle that stuff everywhere." We should do that as often as we can. It not only helps the recipient, but it helps you as well. Another gorgeous hummingbird. I love those soft pastel colors, and I just blinged him up with gold stickles and some gold rickrack. I don't get to use rickrack very often. Here's another picture that I just blinged up with a new color of stickles that I received, which is great. I'm loving those new colored stickles. Some of them are a little pricey though, but they're so pretty. And look at this guy. He is a tree. He's a root, actually, of a tree. And his little birds are all around him, and the birds are watching their little eggs, and put this gorgeous trim from Hobby Lobby on the edge just to give it some dimension. So much fun. And don't you love this paper? It's just, it's like it moves when you touch it. It's so very cool. And this gorgeous picture of this hummingbird and these faces in the jungle. Aren't they great? Colors are magnificent. Just magnificent. Great place for journaling. Some leaf washi tape. Cute little belly band to match. And we've come to the middle of the signature. And here's the gorgeous beads. And they're just match the colors in the book, which are, the journal, which is all colors, which is so cool. I'm sure if you've seen my journals, you've seen me use this beautiful decoupage napkin of fuchsias with a little hummingbird in it. So very pretty. In this trim, look at those flowers. It looks like crochet almost. Here's a great picture of some green parrots. Aren't they lovely? I made this little paper clip with some netting and some matching rhinestones just to help with the colors. And this is some vellum, and it's got that printed music on it. And this little bird, and he had this envelope in his hand, so he's delivering this envelope, and it says, "The earth has music for those who listen." Wow. Love those sayings. They just make you feel good when you read them, or they do me anyway. Hopefully they do you the same. More of that muted, beautiful pictures with the hummingbirds. And this, look at this guy. It's just beautiful. The feathers and all these wispy little tail feathers that's hanging down. He's gorgeous. Oh, that's a swan pin holding a pearl. Beautiful. Just some silver paper here with a silver one of my cutouts, which is so very cool. And look at this trim. It's a material with all these little beaded edgings. So very pretty. So pretty. Oh, and here's some more birdhouses. Look at those. They're just, they have birds on them. Beautiful tops, and the colors are extraordinary. Here's another one of those lady ghouls, and I'm not sure what these birds are, but they're beautiful. I'm sure my sister would know. I just cut out some of that foil with my die cuts and put it on there to match his colors in his feathers. Oh, and this is some gorgeous, gorgeous trim. I believe I got from Joann's. And I just put some coral rhinestones on it, and look at that, some mango tree. I don't know, there's something about those muted colors that just make me happy. I feel good when I look at them, and this helps as well. Over here we have a picture of a peacock that's just blinged out all in his glory. He's amazingly beautiful, amazing. This picture is very unique. It's very busy and hard to tell, but the bird is standing here eating, I believe, from this pod, which looks like a flower. There's a little bird in that flower as well, and I just thought that this trim was so appropriate. It matches the tree trunk. This is the same kind of picture, very intricate, very colorful. The birds match so well, they almost are camouflage, which is pretty unique. I love that. Oh, don't you love the colors in this picture? The hummingbirds flying up to those beautiful peachy orange flowers to fill his tummy with nectar. I just added some bling here to make it even better. This particular picture is from a magazine. I just thought it looked like a garden into a bird sanctuary. So very pretty. Just stenciled some stuff on there, and I made you some beautiful bookmarks. The name of the bird is on the front, which is a blue grosbeak. Stencil the back. This is a red bunting. So pretty, so unique. And stencil the back to each one of these. This is a common jaybird and a green thrush. I wish those birds flew around in my yard. I'd be thrilled to death. Another beautiful tree, just dripping with leaves and flowers, and gorgeous. This is some trim that I have. I don't have a lot of it, but the color is just extraordinary. And look at that peacock feather. It is so beautiful, so beautiful. And I have a cutout, a die, this is a die that I use, and it was just so perfect for this. The peacock feather and the peacock. Just some foil backing there. Another one of those gorgeous pictures that just make you feel like, it just makes you feel good. The flowers are so beautiful, and the pastel colors, they just look like they should have birds flying around them. I hope you agree. This is a duplicate of a picture, yes, a picture of that I have in my first bird journal, Indigo Flight. Because it's so beautiful and it's so appropriate for a bird, I just could not help but put it in. And it says, "Let your dreams be your wings." Just gotta love that, right? This is another picture from a magazine. I do go through magazines. My sister gives me magazines. I tear out what I think I could use. And I have 2 binders full of these. So when I want something, I just go through it. And I put this lovely silver leaf on there. It's just so appropriate. And here is another one of those wallpaper decals. It just looks beautiful, and that bird, the hummingbird, was so pretty and just blinged him up, and I loved him. And her, look at her. She's ready for the masquerade ball. She's dressed as a peacock. You can see that peacock mask that she has on. Her earrings are done. Look at her dress. This would be perfect for a Halloween costume. She even has an egg in her hand. And I just put these gorgeous big rhinestones to match the stones on her dress. And this was a piece of trim that I used in some of my mermaid books, but it just matched her so perfectly. And my mermaid material, look at her. Yeah, you guys should do that for Halloween. You'd be the belle of the ball for sure. Beautiful hummingbird taking all the nectar from those morning glories. And I hope you guys realize how much glitter brings a picture to life. It's like night and day. So buy your stickles, guys. And I use a lot of just the diamond or the crystal. I don't use a lot of color, but I do have some. This is, again, a napkin that I decoupaged. I put these beautiful leaves, and this was a flower I have. It's blue with white polka dots. I just thought it matched so well, and I just edged that up, and a little bit of strip rhinestoning makes all the difference, right? Look at this. Is this the cutest thing? This little hummingbird with his jewels hanging off of his wings and says, "Fairies, welcome." And they're little fairy houses in this tree. So cute. Here's a snippet with all those materials that I've used in this journal, pretty much. And I think I mentioned this before. I recently purchased this die. I'm trying not to purchase any more dies because I have way too many, and I need to utilize what I have. But this was Tim Holtz. It's so unique. You cut the back out, and then there's another die that you can cut the front out, so you can utilize whatever you have, and it just looks great. These are little tiny butterflies. Aren't they the cutest? And these matching cards, great place to journal on. I just put a few rhinestones on them because they're so pretty. Find beauty in the small things. More journaling space, love that. And here's a little place actually you can journal on, in addition to the back. And I stamped these beautiful hummingbirds on this pale pearlized pink paper. Pale pearlized pink paper, that's a mouthful. And some more washi tape here to match the little envelope mailer. Okay, another gorgeous parrot. Look at him. He's sitting on there behind the waters behind him with butterflies flying around him. He is a very lucky bird, isn't he? This is a great picture. This is some of that material that I showed in my room tour part 2 that I used to make purses, and I have all these little swatches, so I use them when I can. And look at him. Isn't he appropriate to go in this little envelope? And there's one of my little wax seals I put on there with the picture of a tree. It says, "The bird who dares to fall is the bird who learns to fly." And isn't he gorgeous? And that's so appropriate because we just yesterday, 2 of our baby birds that was nesting right outside my window here actually left the nest yesterday. So our babies are gone and the nest is empty until next year. I didn't get to see them fly away like I usually do. I missed that, but they're gone. Here's some gorgeous eyelash trim with green. Is so pretty with ribbons mixed in it. It's really nice. Beautiful picture of a peacock. And look at this trim. It's peacock colors. I believe my sister gave that to me, of course, like she does everything else. Here is a beautiful, it looks like material to me, but it's not. It's a picture, and I've just blinged it up and it's got the gorgeous crane right here. So pretty. And I put this, I made this with my resin, and that was my intent for trying out the resin, is to make things to match my journal. And this little heart is so cute. I can't believe I made that by myself. That's great. And that's exactly what the whole resin was intended for, not jewelry, because I'm not a jewelry maker. Look at this tree. It's full of all these amazing, gorgeous birds. There's a bunny in the picture. There's a pink flamingo or a crane. I'm not sure what he is. An otter, a raccoon, and all kinds of birds in this mystical, magical tree. Gorgeous. Love it. Here is that, I can't, hold on 1 minute. I'm going to grab it so you know what it is. Sorry about that. Thank you. I just want you guys to know it's metallic gilding polish. If you don't have some, you need to try it. Look at the colors are amazing. Just so beautiful. And I actually stenciled. You can stencil with this. You can paint with it. So many things. And then I put a piece of vellum over it to kind of mute it. And that worked really well. I hope you agree. Beautiful picture here. This hummingbird has got flowers growing out of his wings all around his body. It says, I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I know most of you know that song, Ghosting Stamp here with the hummingbirds. I know most of you know that song, one of my mom's all-time favorites. And I think Louis Armstrong sung that song, if I'm not mistaken. Look at these birds. This bird has these streams of green with leaves on the end. Of course, they're magical and mystical and so beautiful, but the colors are amazing, and I wanted to share that with you. Again, that trim from Hobby Lobby. And once more, those beautiful wings, those gorgeous wings. Okay, guys, we've come to the end, and I want to thank you for joining me on my second edition of Bird Journals, Ariel Essence. And I just had a great time making both of these journals, designing them, picking out the beautiful colors, and I hope you enjoy them as well. I hope it gives you inspiration, and I just want you to go over to my channel, Linda Vila Creations, and check out the first one. I have a new room tour, part 1 and part 2. Maybe that will help you with your organization as well. So thanks again. Have a good day. Okay guys, we've come to the end, and I want to thank you for joining me on my second edition of Bird Journals Ariel Essence. And I just had a great time making both of these journals, designing them, picking out the beautiful colors, and I hope you enjoy them as well. I hope it gives you inspiration, and I just want you to go over to my channel, Linda Vila Creations, and check out the first one. I have a new room tour, part 1 and part 2. Maybe that will help you with your organization as well. So thanks again. Have a good day.